What is happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video with the 340 in the garage. Today is a good day because we are tuning the car with boot mode. So quick history with the 340 that I have. I bought it assuming that the car was stock. Found out later down the road that it was actually not stock. It had a catless downpipe on it, and we would have to assume that it has some sort of tune on it. For one, it ran a pretty quick quarter-mile time on draggy, and two, if it were not tuned, it would be throwing some sort of check engine light because it has a catless downpipe on it. So in terms of the tune seems fine, it feels fine. I don't know what it is, and without knowing what tune it is, I can't go in and like change the burbles and all the stuff that I want to reduce. I don't want to get rid of the burbles completely, but I would like to reduce them a little bit. And of course, just for peace of mind, know what tune I'm putting on my car. I've used a lot of tuning platforms in the past and a lot of different tuners in the past. Typically, I like to go with MHD or boot mode just because I have the most experience with those and I'm the most comfortable with those tunes. And today we are going to be flashing in boot mode stage 2 on the 340. So a couple things that are going to go down. First of all, we're going to use the Keys wireless adapter to connect our car to our phone so we can go ahead and tune the car. I'll have this link down below. And then we will go ahead and bring up the boot mode app on our phone, make sure our licenses and activation is all good, and we will finally go ahead and tune the car and go for a drive. I don't think the car is going to be like any faster because it already does for sure have some sort of stage 2 tune on it. But if you're going from stock to stage 2, you are definitely going to feel an increase in horsepower. For stage 2, I do believe you need to have some sort of like high flow catted downpipe or a catless downpipe. So current modifications of the car, charge pipe, cold air intake, full AFE exhaust system, and the catless downpipe. I don't know who makes the catless downpipe that is on the car, but when we go ahead and do our turbo and all that stuff, I'm actually going to be putting on my CTS turbo catless downpipe. But from that moment forward, we will be doing a full custom tune, because if you are going to be putting in a larger turbo and changing the fueling and adding some other things, you definitely are going to need some sort of custom tune. You can't just do like a stage 2 tune and run it. So if you guys don't know anything about boot mode or how to tune your cars, I've done this on countless cars. Pretty much every car that I've owned besides the E90 M3 and the E36 M3 has had boot mode on it at one point or another. It is a fantastic tuning platform, and I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've heard of it. If you guys are unfamiliar with that at all, though, I'll leave a couple videos up here and down in the description that you guys can watch to lead you through that process. Huge shout out to Brian over at Keys Motorsports for sending out the adapter as well as sending me the boot mode license. I'm going to have all of that linked down below if you guys want to purchase boot mode. This adapter is awesome because it works for both coding and tuning. So it's an all-in-one adapter. It just makes your life a lot easier. Pretty much just keep this in my car with me at all times and I can get stuff done whenever I need to. So let's go ahead and hop in the car, fire up boot mode, connect this to the OBD2 port, and get tuning. All right, 340 is looking incredible as always. I know you guys saw me add in that 35 horsepower at the beginning of the video. I'll have those linked down below if you need them. Shadow lights. All right, so we're gonna take this guy and plug it into our OBD2 port, which is right down here in the footwell. And so now we're gonna go ahead and put the car into accessory mode. Just double hit the start stop button with your foot off of the brake. And now let's go ahead and throw the seatbelt on so the car doesn't turn off on us. If you guys are unsure about the healthier battery, go ahead and hook the car up to a battery charger. Just make sure that the battery like doesn't die on you while you're doing this. That would be bad. All right, guys, so first thing is first, we're gonna go ahead and connect the adapter to the phone so we have this good connection. We can get things tuned. If we go into our Wi-Fi settings, you're gonna see that I already have the Keys adapter connected. If you don't already have it connected, there is a code, a password on the actual adapter itself. You guys go plug that in and it will finally connect to the Keys Wi-Fi adapter. You're gonna see a little I next to Keys. We're gonna hit that. And then you're gonna see the IP address and the subnet mask. So you're gonna wanna go ahead and write down those numbers. And then once you have them written down, you're gonna go to configure IP and you're gonna go to manual, and then you need to type in those numbers. So for me, it's 192.168.16.100. Subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Save that. Now we can go ahead and open up boot mode. All right, you guys, so once you have all of your activation set and your vehicle added to your account and you're good to go as far as like tuning and your OTS maps. If you go into OTS maps, there's a long list of options that you can select from here. There's a few different OEM maps, and then you're gonna see all of the stage 1 maps. You'll see stage 2, stage 2 plus. So the map that we are gonna be doing today specifically is the stage 2.0 93 plus octane tune. It does say that you need to have a high flow downpipe, so whether that is a like Sport Cat or a catless, we have catless, so we're good. I already have the tune, I downloaded it. You would hit get tune. Make sure if you guys want to do this and you want all of these maps, you need to have the bundle in order to get all of these. You might as well just purchase the bundle because you're going to be using different maps for sure. You probably won't like just sit on one map for the lifetime of this license. So now if we go into my maps, I've already downloaded Stage 2.0 93 plus octane. You can see my stock tune here. If I wanted to go back to stock, that's what I would do. Obviously this car isn't on stock. We don't really know like what it's on right now. If you guys look at the top right, you're going to see configure. This is where we can change our things like our burbles and like the GTS startup roar, max cooling. You can turn off your speed limiter, catalytic converters, all that stuff. So there are a few things that we're going to change in here. So for now, let's go ahead and hop into custom burbles. You guys can change everything in here. You can change the duration, the aggression, all of that stuff. So right now it looks like it's at like 5, probably in the middle somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and turn these down, the aggression in sport and normal aggression to like 1.4. I don't know where that's going to land us, but we'll see if we like it and then we'll go from there. I'm also going to turn down the duration a little bit. Let's do like 0.7, 0.5. Minimum speed, max speed, not too worried about that. Minimum RPM, max RPM, not too worried about that. So that looks good on my end. GTS startup roar, sure. Why don't we do it? So with this setting, it's going to give it like a little bit of an RPM like kick up right when you start the car. Max cooling mode, I am going to turn that on. And then we're going to do cold start. So I'm going to actually turn off my cold start. Exhaust flap, so you could change how the exhaust flap is set up if you want to like open all the time, closed, or original. We're just going to leave that. Speed limiter, let's go ahead and turn off the speed limiter. Catalytic converters, we're going to turn those off because we have a high flow downpipe. And then you can see there's like high pressure fuel pumps. So like if I had my Dorch stage 2 in here, I could go ahead and select that from these settings. And you can do like boost by gear reduction if like you're losing traction because you're getting crazy boost at some point. So that should be pretty much everything we need. I'm going to go ahead and save these changes. This is how I want this map set up. Hit OK. Let's go back into the tune and then we are now going to flash it. So like I said, make sure that you're on like a battery charger or something, and make sure that your seatbelt is on while you do this, but it is a pretty quick process when it comes to tuning with boot mode or MHD. Really all of these tuning platforms are really, really fast and like good at this point. Ignition off, wait a few seconds, then we're going to turn it back on, and we should be good to go. Let's see if we can hear the startup roar. There it is. The startup roar is loud. I'm not sure if I'll leave that on. Maybe I will. We'll see. But I think we need to go for a drive. I may or may not have XHP on the car already. We'll have a whole video about that. So if the shifts seem incredibly fast, well, now you know why. Throttle is definitely more responsive. I think I'll bring down the burbles even more. Feels good. But let's see how this thing hops, dude. Let's see how this thing hops off the line. I'll let you guys know if it feels any faster or slower than the previous tune. I don't know what tune it was. The shifting is really fast though. This XHP is like crazy. It changes that ZF to like a DCT. It clamps really hard, grabs quick. So it feels good. Like the tune feels good. It drives well. It feels quick. You know what I mean? Like in comparison to like a stock 340, I guess you could say. What do you guys think about the burbles? They bite pretty hard. That's quicker than it was before. 11.8. All right. Wow. Man, it just goes to show that sometimes the butt dyno ain't it. Doesn't tell you everything. Doesn't tell you the whole story, you know? That's sick, dude. 11.8. So we previously ran a valid 12.4, and I think that just the top end on this map is a lot better. So the torque was probably more violent on the previous tune, which kind of tricks you and makes you think that it's faster, but the top end was definitely much better on this Pro Tuning Freaks Boot Mode Stage 2 OTS map. 11.8, man, that's crazy. Really, all you would need to get that is Stage 2 and a downpipe, and you can get into the 11s, which is just, it's just mental, man. Like, these cars are just so fast. The all-wheel drive is insane. So we'll pull over here and we'll talk about the few things that changed since we last did a draggy run on this car. Wow, what a pleasant surprise. We in the 11s. Check out those brakes, just popping through those wheels. So that is awesome. 11.85. So let's talk a little bit about what is on the car at the moment. We just have the downpipe, we have the charge pipe, the intake, the AFE exhaust, and then boot mode. Obviously we did the KWV2 coilovers, and then also I did recently get new tires on all four corners. I'm running the Michelin PS4s. I have two 35/40s up front and two 65/35s in the back. This keeps the transfer case and the all-wheel drive happy, and it grips really, really good. And I could definitely tell at the launch, I put it up to like 3K and just went for it. This car in all-wheel drive just completely grabs and goes. It is violent and it feels amazing. So honestly, that's a pleasant outcome, because when I first drove the car, it was kind of hard to tell. I was thinking in my head, like, does this feel faster or does it feel slower? And I had a conversation with John over at CES, and he's like, sometimes the torque in some of these maps that they set up can be a bit deceiving when the top end is what really matters, that mid-range punch and that top end. So maybe we lost a little bit of torque, but we're making more up top. And I will say, in addition to that, the car drives really, really smooth, like all the way through in all conditions. It feels very consistent and steady and smooth. As I mentioned before, you guys, we also added XHP, and I'm on stage 3 of XHP, so the shifting is like lightning fast. I haven't quite finished the whole XHP video, but I will be putting that out in the future. It is wild, dude. Like, this matched with the tune and everything that we have going on, this car is an absolute rocket. So that is very cool, you guys. We are officially at 11.8 in the quarter mile on this car, and that is on pump gas, dude. Pump gas. We're hitting 11s, which is just sick. I am going to be coming out with another video, you guys, talking about MHD. We're going to do this exact same situation with MHD and see how it stacks up. I think both of these tuning platforms are very good. They're very similar. Depends if you want like cloud-based or if you want to be able to save your actual tune files. They're a little bit different in that manner. But when it comes down to it, the actual tuning and the performance of what you get out of it, they are very similar. Some tuners will only tune on boot mode. Some tuners will only tune on MHD. It just depends on what you're looking for out of the car and who you want to work with. But as far as this one's concerned, with boot mode, thumbs up. I think it feels great. Car drives faster, obviously, and in all modes, the car is just consistent. It's very smooth. There's no throttle closures. It's very comfortable to drive. So I hope this video helped you guys out. If you have a F-Series, and by the way, you know, you can tune any of your BMWs or Supras with boot mode. If you're interested in buying a license, I'll have it linked down below, as well as the keys adapter. Huge shout out to Brian over at Keys Motorsports for sending all this stuff out today. And also, I want to thank you guys for being a part of the channel, and happy Thanksgiving. I appreciate all you guys for being a part of the channel, buying the merch, continually supporting me as a creator. It means the world to me, and I absolutely love having you guys on board for this journey. So thank you guys so much, and happy Thanksgiving to you, your family, your loved ones. But just like that, we're gonna wrap this one up. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.